Hi everyone, my name is Michael Hilbert and I'm presenting today to talk about a very important topic in the technological world, supply chain management. With the great technological advancements we have seen in the past few years, shopping online has become one of the most popular ways for consumers to purchase the things they need or want. With a few clicks, it seems as though our favorite shopping websites such as Amazon or eBay magically send any product we require from our computer screens to our doorsteps. However, many people do not realize the many steps required for your packages and products to travel through the seller's websites to the consumer's homes. Supply chain management is the process that oversees the many shipping and processing steps it takes for online shopping to be possible. So what is supply chain management? Supply chain management, or SCM for short, is the usually overlooked process inside the business world that manages the flow of services and goods across the globe, which uses technology to achieve maximum efficiency and control over the flow of products. In my presentation today, I will be discussing three important topics that encompass supply chain management. First, I will explain more on what SCM is, how it works, and what makes it possible. Then, I will discuss the three different flows that make the relationship between supply chain steps to work efficiently. Lastly, I will focus on the specific facets of supply chain and explain the purposes of each step that makes this chain possible. To understand how packages arrive quickly and consistently to your home, one must learn what supply chain management entails and how it works. More specifically, one cannot manage a supply chain if they do not know what it is and the special characteristics that make up each chain. For each chain to work properly, the specific collaboration between each entity is vital. When a supply chain is successful through a strong supply chain and teamwork, there are a vast number of benefits to SCM. A supply chain is a set of organizations directly linked by one or more upstream or downstream flows of products, services, finances, or information from a source to a consumer. Each organization is connected by at least one other organization that comes before or after it according to the order of the chain from the source to the consumer. It is important to know that supply chains must work in both directions in the cases of returns or damages. No supply chain is possible without a strong collaboration between organizations. Supply chain management involves coordinating and integrating these flows both within and among companies. It is said that the ultimate goal of any effective supply chain management system is to reduce inventory, and the best way to do that is to move products quickly without mistakes. When a supply chain works together well and is managed correctly, there are many benefits to this kind of processing and shipping. First, the cost of inventory, transportation, warehousing, and packaging can greatly decrease as compared to conventional means of shipping. With SCM, products are moved more quickly from their source to consumers than they could before the technological age. In addition, relationships and feedback between companies and customers increases, which allows organizations to find future improvements. Out of the connective flow the organization has with one another, each supply chain can be divided and classified into three main flows: the product flow, the information flow, and the finances flow. These three components of supply chain management further explain the inner workings of these complicated processes and helps businesses stay in touch with what needs to be accomplished and monitored in order to run a successful supply chain. The product flow focuses on the physical movement of goods from one organization to another and ensures that the products are properly prepared and shipped. This flow also covers any returns by customers or other service needs. The information flow focuses on transmitting orders between organizations and updating the status of products. The information flow is known as the analytical aspect of the supply chain. Lastly, the finances flow focuses on the payments and ownership changes that occur when a product goes upstream or downstream in a chain. These three specific flows ensure that each supply chain can work in unison with itself and can maintain a smooth moving process. Supply chain management encompasses collaboration with suppliers, intermediaries, third-party service providers, and customers. But SCM is only capable of these things when it includes specific purposes or steps taken by certain organizations to create, process, and ship each product. At the beginning of each supply chain, companies must first find an entity that owns the supplies and materials needed to make the products that are purposed to be sold. Strategic plans are drawn up with suppliers to support the manufacturing flow management process and the development of new products. In firms whose operations extend globally, sourcing may be managed on a global basis. Once the materials are purposed for orders, the creation of the needed products begins. The manufacturing product produces and supplies products to the distribution channels based on past forecasts. Manufacturing processes must be flexible in order to respond to market changes and must accommodate mass customization. Once products are made, they must be kept somewhere as inventory until they are purchased by consumers online. To reduce a company's costs and expenses, warehouse management is concerned with the storage, reducing manpower costs, dispatching authority with on-time delivery, loading and unloading facilities in the proper area, and more. Order entry and control is vital to the process because it is the first interaction with the consumer. Companies must be able to manage orders of products and returns or refunds that come along the way. The final step, delivery, is the last section of the supply chain and encompasses the purpose of the order. Organizations must make sure that consumers receive their products and are happy with what they receive. Overall, we have covered many different aspects regarding the world of supply chain management. In all, I gave a basic description of SCM and how it is used. I covered the 3 specific flows that make up a supply chain, and finally touched on the phases of supply chains that make this whole process possible. So why does the supply chain management matter to us? Well, according to Gartner, the estimated value of the SCM market was $9.9 million in the middle of the 2014 year, which means it well passed the $10 billion mark by the end of the year. As its market is growing each year, we should all make sure to watch this multi-billion-dollar process in the next few years. Thank you for tuning in, and that was Supply Chain Management.